Welcome back to the channel. So it's been a little while. So last month was my birthday, so I decided to take a break to celebrate me and to relax a little bit. Not that I did much because business was crazy, but I took that as my birthday gift. That business was booming, and I really appreciate God and also you guys, everybody that wished me a happy birthday. I appreciate. But today is not about me, it's about everybody that successfully completed school in Canada. This is a big deal. I'm sure when you guys started, you thought to yourself, I don't know, I don't have the money, I don't have this, I don't have that. But the fact that you guys are here watching this video to find out how to do your postgraduate work permit shows me that God came through for you guys big time. And I just want to take the opportunity to say congratulations on taking a step to make life better for yourself. And I wish you all the very best in your journey. Anyways, this video we're gonna talk about your postgrad work permit, the paperwork that you need, all the documents that you need to have handy, and also I'm gonna walk you guys through step by step on how to complete the application. So stay tuned on this video. All right, guys. So as you know, you need to create a JCK account. And if you have not created it, if you weren't the one that did your study permit, you would now need to do it, and it will be valid for the rest of your life. So basically it will be, you can use it for your postgrad work permit application. If you are doing a work permit for your spouse, you can use it as well. And if you're doing your permanent residency on your own, you can also use it. So if you have not created one before and you don't know how, you can go ahead and click this video that I previously created to figure out how to create the JCK account, and then you can come back to this video where we're going to talk about your postgraduate work permit. So the first thing that I typically just look through what documents I need, and so that's what I'm going to do first. So first you'll need to get the application form. And this form you'll get once you sign up the JCK and you answer some questionnaires, which we will be walking through after this. So that form, of course, you need a copy of your passport, and your passport, of course, needs to be valid. You will also need, which is a must, a letter indicating that you are eligible for graduation and you will be graduating, or if you have a transcript. So the letter go hand in hand with the transcript. That's what I use, and that's what I would recommend that you use as well. And some schools will even have the certificates ready for you, so if you have that, even great, but the letters should suffice and the transcript should suffice as well. The next thing that you want, a digital photo. So you can look online to see the photo specs, or I'll just post the photo specs here for you guys so that you have it here as well. Another piece of document that you will need is medical, and this is particular for persons that are in medical or education that you want to work in any of those capacities. A medical is typically required. If you've done a medical before, there is a policy, and I'll try to pop up the policy here. There is a policy that indicates, and it's valid until 2024 October, I want to say, that if you have completed one before and it says that you're fine, then they will use that as your medical exam, and it should be valid for that period of time. So that some persons took like leave during the time they're studying, or you did something that's iffy, you might want to also add an explanation letter. But if you have done everything to the books, the previous documents that I mentioned are good enough. So let's go to the next stage of walking you through the questionnaires and what you need to answer, and I'll try to have it on the screen while I read it as well. Once you go onto your JCK, you should be able to select start application. When you start application on the JCK, it typically takes you to a questionnaire, and that's where we're going to be going right now. So as you can see, the questionnaire on the screen, what would you like to do in Canada? You select work. How long are you planning to stay in Canada? temporarily more than 6 months. What country or territory is your passport from? You know your home country. What is your current territory? If you reside in Canada, of course it's Canada. Do you have a family member who's Canadian citizen or permanent resident and is over 18 years old? So you're gonna say yes or no. And your date of birth. I'm gonna keep going. Have you recently graduated from a participating Canadian post-secondary institution from which your study program was full-time and a minimum of 8 months? You're gonna say yes. This is the question that decides whether you are going to get a postgrad work permit or not. And then the next question is your work an essential part of your studies? You're going to say no, because you want an open work permit and it's not a co-op work permit. Do you have a written job offer? So I just wanted to stop right here to make a point. You don't require a job offer to apply for your postgraduate work permit. And so for the part that says, do you have a written job offer? If you don't, you can select no. If you do, you can select yes. But if you say no, it's not going to put you at any, jeopardy of getting approved or rejected. It should be fine. Once you select all your results, it will say that you are eligible for a temporary resident visa, as see here, or it will tell you the postgraduate work permit if answered all these questions correctly. Once you select continue, you will see more questions. So you're going to continue to answer the question. All right. So now that we've answered all the questions, we're going to go ahead and it's going to pop up our application and it should be showing something like this. I'll add an attachment. That's why, so that you guys can see what it will be asking you for. Okay, so some general tips for you guys. The UCI number is a number on your study permit and that you will need to fill out the form. So, as I mentioned before, the UCI, but we're going to move along to the language, which is English. We're applying for the first time. Your name and some general information it's asking you for, so no. Moving on, date of birth. The country that you're in right now is Canada, and your status is student, so you write from when and to. And moving on, your marital status, whether single or married, and you fill in the information as appropriate to you. Moving right along, some additional personal information about your marital status. So now we go down to the English, to the language, and you choose whether it's English or French or whatever other language that you speak. You're going to put in your passport information, the expiry date, issue date, and the two questions about foreign affairs or is your lead passport doesn't apply to you. You're going to say no. The document number is the study permit number at the top of the document, and it typically starts with a letter. If you go back on this video, you'll see it starts with F. So moving right along, mailing address, you're going to put that's the general information. To answer the questions about coming into Canada, the first place of entry and the date, you're going to put that information. If you left Canada and returned, you want to say where you landed and the date as well. And of course, your document number once again. You're going to indicate that you want your postgraduate work permit, name of employer, and their address. As you know, you don't need a job offer to apply for your postgrad work permit, so you can say not applicable, to be determined. And if you want to put where you are living right now for the intended place of employment, you can do that. I was just moving the mouse around trying to find Calgary, totally unnecessary. Anyways, moving right along, put the duration of your expected employment. So it's going to be from today's date to the expected end date of your work permit. Moving along, your education information you're going to put there, and then your employment information as well. These are some general health questions that you will answer as applicable to you. As for these questions, any question that you answer yes to, make sure that you put information there. Even if you were refused a visa, you put it there as well. Have you applied to enter or remain in Canada? You're going to say yes. If you've applied for a visitor's visa or study permit, just as you see in the box below that I entered. Moving along. For a criminal offense, we're going to say no. Yep, I think so. And yep, anything about the military, if not applicable to you, no, no, no. And you answer as applicable to you. They're gonna ask you this consent question below, and you're gonna say if it's yes or no. I'm just gonna say yes since they already have all your details. Then you're gonna sign and date. Once you sign and date, you validate the form and you'll see some barcodes pop up. Then you save it and then you can upload it, but please make sure that you double check. Time to upload documents. I trust that this video was very useful for you guys. I hope you took notes, and if you need any more information, you can comment down below and I can do a follow-up answering questions about postgraduate work permit. But I hope that was useful. Until next time, guys, take care. Bye.